The chandelier above him glittered like a crown of stars. Nathan Reed stood on stage in a crisp midnight suit, holding the mic like it was a sword he'd forged with bare hands. Behind him, a digital screen flashed a number, $37.5 million, and the logo of his company, Blockhaven Labs. The applause was deafening, the cameras unrelenting. But all he could think of was the Thanksgiving dinner 5 years ago. His mother pushing the mashed potatoes toward him with an arched brow. Crypto? So, fake money. His older brother laughing so hard he nearly choked. Let me know when you buy your first Lambo, Elon. Even his father, 5 years earlier, in the cramped basement of a suburban New Jersey home, Nathan Reed sat hunched over a second-hand monitor, surrounded by Red Bull cans, ramen wrappers, and the unmistakable scent of pure obsession. He was 27, jobless, and, according to his entire extended family, delusional. After dropping out of his computer science grad program, Nathan had sunk what little savings he had into crypto tokens and Web3 courses. By day, he delivered groceries. By night, he coded relentlessly, trying to create a decentralized platform for secure creator payments. Everyone told him he was wasting his time. Nobody even understands crypto, his sister Melissa scoffed. And you think you'll build the next Ethereum? Nathan had no reply, only a fierce belief that one day the world would wake up. And when it did, he'd be ready. He named his prototype Blockhaven, a haven for creators, gamers, and indie builders tired of relying on broken payment systems and big tech middlemen. But things weren't pretty. He was rejected by 27 VCs. His beta had bugs. He maxed out 2 credit cards. And every time he brought up tokenomics at dinner, someone laughed or left the table. Yet still, he showed up. Every single day. 6 months after launching the beta of Blockhaven, Nathan had exactly 73 users, half of whom were bots, and a staggering $11.54 in revenue. Still, he refused to give up. He spent hours in crypto Discord servers, answering questions, offering help, and pitching his vision. He started a YouTube channel, Block Talk with Nathan, where he explained Web3 in plain English, hoping to build a loyal following. He got about 18 views per video. Then came the crash. In 2021, the crypto market nosedived. Bitcoin fell below $30,000. Nathan's tiny investment portfolio slaughtered. His landlord raised the rent. And his mom, bless her heart, left an application to a real job at Starbucks on his desk with a post-it. This can be your fresh start, Nate. Love. Mom Nathan didn't even have the energy to argue. He stared at the ceiling of his basement that night and whispered, "What if they're right?" But the next morning, he got an email that changed everything. A user from South Korea at PixelMonk had built a game plugin using Blockhaven's API. It was janky, but it worked. In the message, PixelMonk wrote, "Your API is a dream. Can I send you a donation? I'd pay for this if you made it easier to integrate." Nathan didn't reply. Instead, he stared at the message for 10 minutes, then got to work. In the next 72 hours, he rebuilt the onboarding flow, added Stripe for fiat payments, and turned the open source project into a subscription-based tool for indie creators. 3 weeks later, he had 48 paying users. The tide was turning. Success brought new headaches. One of his early collaborators, Jake, a charismatic Web3 influencer, offered to help scale Blockhaven. At first, Jake brought exposure, interviews, podcasts, even a few investors. But soon, Jake started talking like he was the co-founder. "I built this from a basement," Nathan reminded him once, when Jake made a call without asking. Jake laughed. "You built a beta. I'm building a company." Nathan made a hard choice. He cut Jake out. It cost him. Jake took half the Discord with him and started a rival platform. Nathan's community was gutted. His reputation? Attacked on X, formerly Twitter. There were threads claiming Blockhaven was a scam. FUD spread fast. That week, Nathan nearly gave up. Then, his dad knocked on his door. They hadn't spoken in months. "Hey," his dad said. "I saw what they're saying online." Nathan didn't respond. His father took a breath. "Son, I don't understand half of what you do, but I know you. You don't quit." Nathan looked up, eyes burning. "You believe in this, and I believe in you." Nathan didn't sleep for 36 hours after that conversation with his dad. Something inside him had reignited, not just stubbornness, but conviction. He reopened the Discord, reached out to his remaining loyal users, and hosted a live AMA to rebuild trust. He was raw, honest, and vulnerable. "Yes, I lost a co-founder. Yes, we're a mess. But Blockhaven isn't about me. It's about giving power back to creators. If you're still here, let's build this thing." The room exploded. The chat flooded with hearts and messages like, "We got you. Let's freaking go." For the Haven, word began to spread. A few influential developers from India, Brazil, and Vietnam started using the Blockhaven API. One of them uploaded a TikTok tutorial, "How I made $500 last week with Blockhaven," and it went viral. Within 10 days, sign-ups jumped from 500 to 12,000. Nathan scrambled to keep up. He called in every favor he had, his old coding buddy from college, back-end support, a part-time UX freelancer from Upwork, and even his little cousin, who was surprisingly good at Discord moderation. Then came the call that would change everything. "Hi, Nathan. I'm Clara from Horizon Ventures. We love what you're building. Would you be open to a quick Zoom?" They talked for 90 minutes. Clara had been following the Blockhaven story since the fallout with Jake. She admired how Nathan rebuilt, transparently, and with integrity. 2 weeks later, Nathan closed his first seed round, $1.2 million. He moved out of his parents' basement, rented a co-working space in downtown Newark, hired a real team, 5 passionate misfits who believed in the mission. Blockhaven was no longer a dream, it was a company. In under 6 months, Blockhaven grew from 12,000 to 280,000 users. They weren't just developers anymore. They were creators, podcasters, indie gamers, meme coin communities, even teachers, using Nathan's system to get paid in crypto or fiat, safely and directly. But success had a cost. Nathan barely slept. His inbox flooded with investor interest, media requests, and bugs. Always bugs. He was up at 3 a.m. patching a smart contract vulnerability that could have lost users money. His CTO, Raj, a brilliant but anxiety-prone engineer, threatened to quit after a week of back-to-back all-nighters. "We need more people, Nathan. I can't keep duct-taping the ship while you're out doing podcasts." Nathan looked him in the eye and said something he never expected to. "You're right. We scale now, properly." They raised a Series A round, $9 million led by Horizon, with participation from 2 international crypto funds. Blockhaven hired 28 full-time employees across 6 countries. Dev teams, support agents, a legal consultant to help them navigate regulations, a meme lord to run their social media. He turned the launch of a new feature into a viral SpongeBob parody. Brilliant. But with attention came scrutiny. One morning, Nathan woke up to find his face on the front page of Decrypt. From basement to blockchain, Nathan Reed's $9 million bet on creator freedom. He felt like a king, but the next week, another article dropped. Blockhaven under fire for creator. Payout delays. Is the Web3 dream cracking? It wasn't false. A Solana congestion issue had caused a payout delay in Vietnam, and one of Jake's new buddies leaked it to the press. The pressure was immense. Stakeholders called, lawyers panicked. Raj nearly walked again. But Nathan didn't flinch. He made a live video addressing the issue, detailing how they'd fix it, when users would be paid, and what protocols they were putting in place. And he ended with this: "We're building something big. Mistakes will happen. But if I fall forward, fixing the mess with the people who believed in me." That video got over 4 million views in 3 days. It didn't just fix the problem. It made Blockhaven bulletproof. 2 years after that first line of code in his parents' basement, Nathan Reed stood in a sleek corner office overlooking Manhattan. His dashboard glowed with numbers. 4.1 million users. 126 countries, supported monthly revenue, $3.2 million. Token market cap, $37.5 million. He stared at the number. It didn't even feel real. Blockhaven's utility token, $HAVEN, had just been listed on Coinbase and Binance the same week. A viral YouTube creator with 10 million subscribers had dropped a tutorial titled "Why I'm Leaving Patreon for Blockhaven," and his subscriber base flooded in. TechCrunch, Bloomberg, CoinDesk, they were all calling. Forbes named Nathan to their 30 under 30. Investors were offering acquisition deals north of $100 million, but Nathan wasn't biting. "We didn't build Blockhaven to flip it," he told Clara, his first investor, over lunch. "We built it because people deserve freedom." She raised her glass. "To freedom. And to 37.5 million. The team celebrated with a rooftop party that weekend. Confetti, champagne, crypto-themed cakes. It was surreal. But Nathan's proudest moment came not with the media, not with the money, but when his family showed up. His mother walked in wearing a Blockhaven hoodie. His dad, usually the quiet type, gave him a firm hug and whispered, "I was wrong. You're not just a dreamer. You're a builder." Even his brother, once his loudest critic, handed him a beer and said, "I guess I gotta eat some humble pie, huh?" Nathan just smiled. They didn't get it back then. But now they were proud. And more importantly, now they believed. Success didn't make Nathan lazy. It made him grateful. He remembered every basement coding session, every comment that said, "You're wasting your time," every lonely moment wondering if he was crazy. So when he hit $37.5 million, he didn't buy a mansion. He didn't buy a Lamborghini. He flew to Vietnam. There he met Lynn, the indie dev who had created that first janky plugin years ago. She cried when she saw him. "Your API paid my mom's hospital bills," she said. "I don't know if you understand what that means." Nathan understood. He returned home with a mission: launch Haven Start, a $10 million initiative funding young developers in underrepresented countries to build with Web3 tools. The crypto community hailed it as Silicon Valley's soul. But Nathan wasn't doing it for praise. He was doing it because he knew the pain of not being believed in. He wrote a letter, one he would publish on Blockhaven's blog, and later read aloud at a TEDx talk. "To anyone mocked for dreaming too big, I was there. I know what it's like to be called a joke. I know how it feels when even your own blood thinks you've lost your mind. But I also know this: if you have one idea that refuses to let go of you, hold it tighter, build it. Even if you're broke, even if you're mocked, especially if you're mocked. Because in the end, they won't remember what they said about you. They'll remember what you built." A year later, Nathan sat in a quiet cafe in Lisbon, watching the sunset. A kid walked by wearing a Blockhaven hoodie. Nathan smiled. He pulled out a napkin and scribbled something on it. A sketch for a new idea. Not for money, not for headlines. just because he loved building things that made the world better. The journey that began with doubt had become a legacy of freedom. And this time, everyone who once laughed, they weren't laughing anymore. They were inspired.